Issues here in Columbus, having a great time. You know, we're on in 4 states: Mississippi, Alabama, Tennessee, and Arkansas. And we're glad that you can join us again here today on the television talk show Issues. Today we're going to be dealing with a lot of great things. We had a gentleman on the show, or should I say we're going to have a gentleman on the show. He's going to be talking about cannabis, and he's also doing a lot of things in the community to try to bring more tax dollars and more money to the state of Mississippi. Also, we're going to talk to some legislators from the House of Representatives. They're going to be here on the show today. And we have a young lady here on the show today, and she's all about entrepreneurship in her own way, foundating her own new business. Welcome to the show. How you doing today?
I'm fine.
And what's your name, ma'am?
Shatira Frazier.
Shatira Frazier. Pleased to meet you, ma'am. And can you give us a little bit about what everything that entails with the whole vision board that you're trying to create here?
Okay, I will. I'll start off by saying that I'm the founder of a newly established company called Cultivating Greatness 360.
Mm-hmm.
And our first event will be a vision board experience. And it's basically bringing goals to the forefront, a picture collage, words, quotes, images, just describing your goals.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. And what gave you the desire to want to do something like this?
I had to walk the journey myself.
Mm-hmm.
And just finding my own way, and I was realizing that there's other people out here that are just as, clueless or need clarity on which direction they want to take their life. So that's basically what inspired me. So once I started traveling the road and created a company that could help others, that just what influenced me.
Okay, great. And is this something a certain age have to be involved with to be a part of this, what you're talking about and putting together here?
Yes, at this event it'll be 18 years and older, but in the future we will have events where it's for children.
Okay. And again, this is going to be Sunday, September the 9th, 2018, and it's going to take place at the Courtyard Marriott here in Columbus. And if they wanted to reach out to you to find out more information about what you got going on, what number can they phone you at?
They can call us at 1-800-496-6035.
And do you have some type of email address or website that they maybe can reach you?
We can be reached by email at cultivatinggreatness360@gmail.com, and also on Facebook at Cultivating Greatness 360.
We'll be right back in just a moment after these television commercial breaks to talk more about what she has going on and what's coming up. And maybe you can be a part of what she got going on here today. It's all about the television talk show Issues.
Issue. 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 Issue.
Back for the television talk show Issue, sitting here with Miss Frazier, and she's talking about vision. There's nothing like a vision. You can't do anything without a vision. I take that back. You can do something without a vision, but who's to say it's going to work without a vision? We're live here. Give us a call at 662-386-6064 or email us at issuestalkshow@gmail.com if you got an issue. Welcome back to the show, Miss Frazier.
Thank you.
She believed she could, so she did.
Yes.
So that's enough said all by itself. And are you describing yourself, or who are you talking about?
Myself and just anybody.
Mm-hmm.
Not necessarily just a she, but a he, just anybody. Anything you put your mind to and set your goals for, you can achieve it.
Okay. All right. And again, this is something that you can be educated on in all different types of ways, right?
That's correct.
And what are some of the things that you guys hit on to make it, to make it so valuable to be a part of this?
As far as the vision board experience, we focus on careers, or just eliminating debt, just any areas of your life that you want to improve in. Then that'll be your established goal to put on your vision board. And that vision board serves as a reminder each day what your goals are. And subconsciously, seeing a vision board, you just make those, you take that into consideration and make decisions based on your desires.
Okay. Well, what a great vision. Any last remarks that you would like to leave with the people here in the 4 states and beyond about what you have going on and what's coming up here? To encourage them, to make them want to come be a part of this event. What will they get out of this event once they come?
What you'll get out of the Vision Board experience is clarity and motivation, and possibly networking with some good people that can keep you, a good solid foundation to help you achieve your goals.
Okay, and everybody needs that. Everything that you just mentioned, everybody needs all of those. All of those type settings. RSVP or purchase your tickets at Eventbrite.com. That's EVENTBRITE.com. Eventbrite. Get your tickets, or either again call 1-800-496-6035 for more information. Ms. Frazier, we're glad to have you on the show, and we're glad to have you on board with Issue Television Talk Show, because we want to be a part of this, what you have going on, to be able to educate the people about what you're doing and what you have going on. We thank you for coming on board, being a sponsor with Issues Television Talk Show. It's nice that we can help each other to get your information out for what you're trying to do. Can you look in that camera and say issues?
Issues.
We'll be right back in just a moment after these television commercial breaks.
Issue. 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 Issue.
Live on the television talk show Issues, and we're having a great day here today in Columbus, Mississippi. We're on in 4 states: Mississippi, Alabama, Tennessee, and Arkansas. And what we're trying to do, always get informative information out to the community and beyond. Give us a call at 662-386-6064 if you got an issue, or you can email us at issuestalkshow@gmail.com. Today we have a young man on the show today, and he's got a lot to talk about. We had previously on the show, we had Trooper the Don talking about cannabis, should I say cannabis. And we're going to get the real definition and the meaning and what he's doing here in Columbus and what he's talking about today. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Can you tell us your name and all this good stuff that you represent?
David Singletary from Jackson, Mississippi. And we're up here in Columbus talking about legalizing cannabis for the state of Mississippi. Recreational cannabis, so that will make us like Colorado.
Colorado, and California's doing it as well, right?
California did it as well, and the whole country of Canada has legalized recreational cannabis.
Okay.
Which is a black eye for the United States.
Okay, all right. What gave you the desire to actually want to start promoting or trying to get cannabis legalized in the state of Mississippi?
I'm a chronic pain sufferer.
Okay.
My L5 is fusing together in my lower back.
Okay.
And it's gone from worse to bad, and starting to limp, halfway handicapped, and the cannabis works better for my chronic pain than the Lortabs and the steroid shots. And that's legal. That's what you go to the pain doctor for. But you end up getting hooked on opioids, and then you have an opioid crisis in America today.
Right. We had a counselor on the show before, Dr. Leonardo Dismuke, and he was talking about opiate addiction
from the heroin plant.
Right, exactly.
And
he talked about that, and he was saying that that's a challenging moment today with the drug situation, and then you also have alcohol, which is a major drug as well. And
alcohol just seems to magnify the effects of whatever you got in your body. They're talking about DUI with cannabis. Well, the people were drunk to begin with before they smoked the cannabis, and it just kind of
went in,
added to the effect. But also you got the revenues that's going to be generated. You got the jobs that's going to be created. You got the tourism it's going to create. We're talking about getting young men and women out of jail for nonviolent cannabis offenses. It's going to help with the prison overcrowding situation. It's going to affect every single Mississippian for the good.
So in other words, what you're saying is that this actual trial that you guys are trying to do will be a good tax tax money coming in, you'll be able to use it for roads.
This past July, Colorado said they have generated so far over $500 million in additional tax revenue off the cannabis tax. Now, what would Mississippi do with that money?
Man, it will be a great thing. We'll be back in just a moment after these commercial breaks, and we're here talking to an individual trying to educate us on what he's trying to do here in the state of Mississippi. We'll be right back in just a moment for the television talk show, Issues.
Issue. 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 Issue.
Back for the television talk show, Issues, sitting here in Columbus with a genuine young man, and he's talking about all types of things that he's trying to enlighten people and educate people here in the Golden Triangle area about this particular cannabis. And what is the whole ordeal? What are some of the steps that you're going to have to take to actually make this all come together?
In 1992, the Mississippi legislature enacted the initiative process. If you get enough registered voters to sign on an issue, you can get it placed on the ballot for a vote.
Okay.
You can bypass the legislators. You don't need them no more.
Wow.
So what we have to do, we have the BI, Ballot Initiative 63, listed with the Secretary of State. We require 87,000 signatures from across the whole state. Back in 1992, when the initiative was created, there was 5 districts in the state. So you need about 18,000 signatures from each district. Every signature has to be a registered voter.
Okay.
All the information has to be certified with the circuit clerks. They give you a cover letter. The cover letter with the signatures come to me, and then I take them to the Secretary of State with a $500 check, and I say, put it on the ballot for the people of Mississippi, because it's the right thing to do.
So it's the right thing to do. For more information, can you give them a number to contact you or a website to reach out to you?
Yes, the website is Mississippi Cannabis Coalition.com. You spell the whole word out, and the telephone number is 601-845-1324, and you can leave a message and we'll get back to you.
We will be trying to reach out to
Or we'll mail you a ballot initiative also.
Okay, great. You heard it first right here, and so much going on. So I'm going to reach out to some of the legislators myself, because I know a few of them down in Jackson. And I understand Jackson, Mississippi, they decreased the fines for
They
marijuana or
decriminalized
cannabis?
it. They're just going to give you a written citation like a traffic ticket, and it's a $100 fine, but they don't tow your car and it don't go on your record. And Macomb and Hattiesburg are considering the same action.
Okay, so do you think that's a plus for the state of Mississippi, or do you think that would help a lot of situations out? How do you feel about that?
Hopefully make the police job a little bit better. You know, the only answer to the only solution is to legalize. Prohibition doesn't work, never has worked. The war on drugs was just used to discriminate against minorities. If you legalize it, regulate it, and tax it, you're a lot better off. And society is too. And you ain't got the police at war with the public.
Okay.
That's all the war on drugs is created, is a brother against brother war.
Okay.
And it's time to not repeat history, but to learn from our past mistakes.
Okay. I noticed you have you brought a T-shirt here. You have several T-shirts, and it's representing chartered member 420, and that's April, right? April 20th. That's
420 friendly.
420 friendly, and this is it's something different here that that Mississippi is trying to do, and this gentleman here is took the time out to come down to actually be a part of Issues Television Talk Show. Once again, we're very informative. Not that we're promoting what he's doing, but we're trying to let you know what he's doing and how he's doing it to try to educate you about cannabis. And we're live here for the television talk show Issues. We'll be right back in just a moment for more issues right here on television for you, you, and you. For the television talk show Issues.
Issue. 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 Issue.
And we're back with the television talk show Issues, sitting here having a great time like always with a gentleman educating us about cannabis. And again, this is a serious situation, what we're talking about here. And again, he's trying to create something to make a better way here in the state of Mississippi as far as imprisonment, as far as better roads, educating, giving people jobs. He's got a conversation for it all. Can you give us the medical history on cannabis, how it would help an individual?
Yes, actually, back in the 1800s, cannabis was prescribed for over 40 diseases.
Okay.
And then in 1937, it was made illegal by the Marijuana Tax Stamp Act.
Okay.
And the University of Ole Miss down in Oxford has been growing cannabis for about the last 60 years.
Okay.
So Mississippi has been the federal laboratory for the cannabis area in Oxford at Ole Miss.
Okay.
And a little over 20 years ago, California legalized medical cannabis.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when the research really started.
Mm-hmm.
Because up to that time, the federal government was controlling all the intellectual information into Oxford. And here recently, the discoveries have been that cannabis will knock out leukemia in 90 days.
Man.
That's a high THC dosage.
Is this
It has been shown that cannabis will slow down and reverse the protein plaque buildup on your brain.
Is this
That's
a
called
fact?
by Alzheimer's.
Is this a fact? Or
This is fact and studies. You can
Okay.
go to the internet and research it
Okay.
right now.
Okay.
And as far as me with chronic pain, it's much better alternative to the opiates and the steroids that they inject in your body.
Okay.
And as far as the children with the seizures and the Parkinson's, it just calms it out.
Calms it
It's
out.
good for the neurological system. But like I was telling you, it's called the exogenous cannabolic system in the body. And they've just discovered it since they've been researching in California. And it goes throughout all your body, and all the cells in your body have CB1 and CB2 receptors, they call them. And the cannabinoids from the cannabis attach to the receptors. And it's been shown to drive the cancer cells crazy, and they commit suicide without affecting the healthy cells around them. So it's not like your chemo that kills everything. It just attacks the cancer cells.
Okay.
And this is a natural plant. So if you get on a cannabis regimen when you're infant or in your teens and maintain it throughout your lifehood, then it will help revitalize and keep all your organs healthy and keep you from catching cancer also. And keep you from developing Alzheimer's, because it's been shown to reverse the protein plaque buildup on your brain that's caused by Alzheimer's. And like I said, in 1800 prescribed for over 40 diseases. Now it's probably prescribed in the medical cannabis states for over 60 diseases. It probably even helps sickle cell anemia.
Huh.
It's been shown to help diabetes.
Hey, man.
Who's got diabetes?
A lot of people.
A lot of people.
We're live with the television talk show Issues. Would you like to leave any final remarks with the people today as far as what you discussed, and final remarks is, if they want to contact you and get and to be a part of what you got going on? Any final remarks?
I was born and raised in Mississippi. I'm 60 years old. Need to be babysit anymore. Ever since my life, Mississippi has been last. When I travel the country, we are the brunt of the jokes. And I'm just tired of Mississippi being last.
Okay.
My main motivating factor now is to keep Mississippi from being last in the country at legalizing cannabis when you've been growing it down here at Oxford and Ole Miss for 60 years, you hypocrite. It's time for Mississippi to come forward, to be the first in something. I'm tired of being last. I'm getting old. My back hurts. I don't want to do this no more. I shouldn't have to be doing this today. But I will take the fight to the people and let the people decide what is best for this state. Because it is not forbidden or written in the Bible anything against cannabis that y'all been demonizing for the past 80 years, and I'm sick of your persecution. And that's about all I got to say.
All right. Can you look in that camera and say Issues?
Issues.
We're live with the television talk show Issues. We'll catch you next time, same place, right here on your favorite station. It's all about the television talk show Issues.
Amen.
Issue. 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 Issue.
We're live with the the television talk show Issues, and again, I promise you that we would have some people from the state capitol, some representatives that represent Columbus and parts of West Point and Starkville, or should I say Lowndes County. And we're here today with two astute brothers that's going to educate us a little bit about what's going on there at the Capitol and what's to become of us coming up in the near future here in the Golden Triangle area and beyond. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having us.
Are you guys okay today?
Oh man, doing wonderful.
It's such a pleasure, man, to have you guys here with a fresh of breath here with the television talk show Issues. Can you tell us who you are and give us a background of each one of you, Mr. Kareem?
Well, I'm Kabir Kareem. I represent House District 41, which includes all of Columbus and parts of Lowndes County. This is my first term as a legislator, and I'm no stranger to politics in the Golden Triangle. I've served 2 terms on the Columbus City Council and moved on to the House. But look, it's been a learning experience being in the Capitol, and for those who think they know what goes on in Jackson up under the dome, you don't know until you get in the mix.
Until you get the experience. And you, sir?
Well, I'm Sheck Taylor, lifelong resident of Starkville, Mississippi. I serve District 38, which includes Clay County, parts of Clay County, parts of Lowndes, and Octavia County. And this is my first session.
Okay.
So I tell people I got about 90 days on the job.
Okay.
And in that period of time, I was able to get my feet wet
Okay.
in order to understand some things. Still have some way to go.
Okay.
But all in all, I'm just proud to be representing the state of Mississippi.
So in other words, they would call you guys freshmen?
Yeah,
I mean,
but you know what? It's kind of like you throw you into the deep and tell you to learn how to swim real fast, so you grow up real quick down there in Jackson.
Okay. To spearhead this conversation today, because we're usually doing a studio session type deal, but we wanted to do the round table with you guys today to get a lot of facts on the table about what's going on. What are some of the obstacles that you guys have to face when you're in session down there? What are some of the biggest obstacles that you might face?
Well, you know, Rick, from my point of view, being in a super minority, the Democrats are in a super minority, so we have to face a super majority Republican control House.
Okay.
And with that, sometimes it's very difficult to get things accomplished. And you have to learn how to work across the aisles and work with those who are willing to work to be progressive as it pertains to your constituency base, without selling out your values.
Okay.
But it's a real interesting phenomenon down there in the Capitol, working across the aisle. But one of the things that I think we both can agree is the transparency and how they tell you to come to the meeting and some deal or some things are already laid out on how they're going to do things, and I think that's disingenuous as relates to.
In other words, they call a session or a meeting, they already got the answers what they're going to do, but they still have you guys there as the minority, what you're saying, and it's
like a placeholder.
Okay, all right. Shaq, how do you feel about that?
Brother, I'll piggyback on that. Listen, that's a word I need to throw away. I've never seen another pig on another pig's back, but anyway.
Okay, great. Great choice of words.
But this is the thing. There are about 4,000 bills that come out during session, about 4,000. And you're expected to have some type of knowledge over those bills. But the truth of the matter is that the ones that are very critical, they'll give it to you the day before. 3 days before.
So you can be a little prepared.
Well, if a bill is 1,000 pages, it's kind of hard to read 1,000 pages.
And again, I said so you can be a little prepared. I didn't say a lot, but it's like an insult.
So there are tactics to keep you a step behind.
Okay.
There's when there's confusion, you find it's purposeful.
Okay.
You know, so what we have to deal with more often than not is having to be a quick read, having to judge character for people who are presenting, and most of all, having to keep your same moral pulse
Okay.
throughout the whole event, so you sleep at night.
Okay.
That's right.
Sound like a winner. We'll be right back in just a moment after these television commercial breaks to talk more with these representatives here today, talking about different issues that goes on in the Capitol. Plus, again, you know, we have a young man who's on the show that he's talking about cannabis, and he's trying to get it legalized here in the state of Mississippi. And I understand they're in Jackson, and there's a lot of things going on in Jackson about the cannabis as a whole. So we'll be right back in just a moment. Email us at Issues Television Talk Show, or either give us a call at 662-386-6064 if you got an issue.
Issue. Issue. Issue.
Back for the television talk show issue, sitting here with state representatives Kabir Kareem and Shaq. And he's here talking to us about what's going on, and he's here telling us about some of the obstacles that go on as well. Welcome back to the show.
Thank you.
Cannabis. Let me ask you about this, Representative Kareem. What is going on with that in Jackson? I understand they passed some type of law that, can you explain just a little bit of that to us?
Well, I know cannabis oils has went through the process as far as being legal in the state, but it's some hiccups on a federal level. However, I serve on a steering committee to legalize medical marijuana throughout the state, along with a host of other legislators, doctors, nurse practitioners, DAs across the state. You know, Rick, as it relates to the legalization of marijuana, I personally see my brothers and sisters being locked up and incarcerated for marijuana, and they go to the state next door and it's legal.
Right.
And here in Mississippi, you get thrown away.
Right.
Hid, as we say, on the north side of town, you get hid by these judges around here based on marijuana consumptions and sales. So, you know, I'm for the legalization of marijuana
because it brings a lot of revenue in as well. You know, streets, highways, education. There's so much you can do with that tax dollar itself, right?
Well, you know, and also they're growing it at some of our college campuses. University of Mississippi is one that has a large.
Is that Ole Miss?
Okay. Has a large farming facility for agriculture as it relates to marijuana. I think it's something that the state really needs to look into. But I don't agree with my constituents. Going to jail when if they go to other states, it's legal. And so some folks are getting 30 and 40 years for the consumption of and the use and the distribution of marijuana, and some folks are becoming millionaires doing the same thing. So I think that the state really needs to look at that.
Hey, we'll be right back in just a moment to close this interview out. And what I want to do is try to get a monthly update with you guys of what's going on at the Capitol when you're in session, if possible, to educate our people and our viewers about, you know, what's going on, because the news give you just a little bit. Issues Television Talk Show try to give you the whole pie and give it to you the right way. So can I depend on you guys, if it's nothing but a phone call or email or appearance on the show, to update the people about what's going on?
You call, we answer.
Okay, we'll be right back in just a moment to wrap this interview up.
Issue. 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 Issue.
I just want to take this time to tell you thank you for letting us come and talk to our constituents. You know, you two are two of my closest friends, and we've been knowing each other for over 30 years. And it's just amazing the work where God has brought all of us. You with your talk show, Representative Taylor and myself in the House of Representatives. And but the story is not over with yet.
Right.
You know, we have to continue to do what God puts in our spirit to lead our people, and just do the best that we possibly can, because it's rough.
Yes,
it is. It's really rough, and sometimes we don't have anybody to talk to but God.
Yeah, or each other. Yeah. So again, we thank you so much, Representative Taylor. Your final remarks that you would like to leave with?
All I can say is that look out for things to come. From Lowndes and from Thibodeau County. You're going to have two good brothers who are pushing for you, fighting for our constituents in our district. So look forward. I look forward to seeing you and talking to you on the trail, but also I want you to look forward to those policies that will be coming down the pipeline too.
Okay, it's the television talk show Issues. Once again, we're on each and every Saturday morning on CW at 6:30 a.m. on Direct TV. Set your DVRs, or cable TV on My Mississippi at 10 p.m. each and every Sunday night. It's all about the television talk show. Can y'all look in the camera and say issues? Issues.
Rick, don't go. Please, Rick, don't go.